Is fasting beneficial for detoxification, or is there some caveat in that which perhaps is the same thing as you're talking about, where it just gets redistributed? If it is detoxing, it doesn't have a pathway to get out there without the zeolite. And then the second question is taking zeolite with a fast, like supercharging the process, like getting into the state of autophagy and ketosis quicker. Does it work better by having zeolite as a part of that protocol for fasting?
I mean, I think fasting has been used forever, and it can be a very effective tool. So I don't think zeolite's a substitute for fasting. I think a lot of people have used zeolite in combination with fasting. And I think one of the reasons is because when we're consuming food, when we're consuming fiber, fiber is a natural binder. So when we're eating the fruits and the vegetables and these things, they have binding capacity to help bind to some of the toxicity we're faced with. So when we're not eating anything, we don't have any binder coming in. So if we're taking zeolite, we're basically adding in a binder without adding in the calories or messing up the autophagy. Especially for people that are doing, even people doing like carnivore and things, zeolite's very helpful because they're not getting fiber. They need some sort of binder to help assist with the removal of toxins. I think there is a caveat because while it does increase the body's energy because it doesn't have to deal with digestion, which is a huge stress on the body, it has more energy to do whatever it wants with. I think it kind of depends on what it's detoxing. I think it can enhance the detox of a lot of various most toxicants, but potentially not heavy metals, especially not right away. Because heavy metals are really different than all the other toxins, because heavy metals are similar in structure to essential minerals. So a lot of times the body will hold on tightly to heavy metals when you're fasting. So there was a study in some animal where after it was like after 16 or 18 hours of fasting, the retention of both of minerals and heavy metals was up to 10 times as strong in the cells of these heavy metals and minerals. So, and it makes sense because if you're, go 18 hours without eating, you're not doing that regularly, then your body says, okay, I don't know when my next meal is going to be. So then it goes into survival mode. And the body's going to stop releasing all the minerals and things because it says, I don't know how long this is going to have to last me. And because minerals and metals are very similar in structure, it also stops letting go of the metals. So I think at least for short-term fasting, it's probably not going to be that effective for heavy metals, at least the heavy metals that are in tissue. For the heavy metals that are already exposed and kind of floating around, those are probably going to be easily fleshed out. But then after a couple of days of that, or a day or however long it takes, then your body might not be willing to let go of the metals in tissue if it's still kind of in that survival mode. And then maybe after, if you're doing a longer term fast, maybe after, I'm just guessing 7 days or 10 days or maybe longer, then the body says, okay, I'm getting comfortable. I'm kind of in this state. And then maybe it starts releasing, or maybe it doesn't. So I don't know, but it's just one thing I always mention because people always assume that fasting is immediately going to just start getting rid of all these heavy metals. But most people are not doing very extended fasts. Usually they're 3 days or 7 days or whatever. And I don't think those are going to be very effective at removing heavy metals. Not saying they're not effective at detox, because heavy metals are just one of the many things that we have stored in our bodies.